Hello, online crew. How is everybody today? Hope you're having a great day, whatever part of the day it is for you. Now, I have a question for you today. Are you at war with yourself? Do you go to battle with yourself over and over and over again? And sometimes that leads you to not getting what you want out of life, not achieving things fast enough, just not getting to those dreams that you so desire. So one of the biggest challenges that you will have in life is you. And honestly, our biggest challenge in our life is ourselves. The way we think, the way we act, the things we do, the things we don't do. It's just truth bomb. The biggest challenge in our lives is ourselves. So sometimes we go to war with ourselves about certain things and we don't achieve necessarily what we desire to achieve. So I want to have a conversation around this today. And the reason that I want to have a conversation around this today is because I go live 5 days a week here, giving you free training on, all things building your business online. But the very first video of my week is something to do with personal development, personal growth, something to make you think a little bit differently or a little bit deeper about you. Because all the online skills in the world is not going to make you successful. You'll get yourself in the way first and last. So it's all down to you, really, and, the things that you do. So what I'm sharing with you today is a lesson that I learned from somebody that I follow and listen to a lot. He's really weird. He swears a lot. Shouldn't say weird, but he's just eccentric. Australian guy. Some of you would have heard me mention his name very many times, and his name's Kerwin Rain. And he was telling a story about being at war with yourself. So I want to share this with you. Give credit where credit is due, guys. If you learn something from somebody else and you share it with others, then let them know where your source is. And that's what I'm doing today. So I think this was a pretty cool story, actually. So I'm going to share that with you. Before we get onto the content, those of you that are on your last day of the free 21-day online crew video challenge, well done. Some of you will be finishing today and some of you will be finishing tomorrow, depending on what time zone you are around the world. But amazing, amazing, amazing. There's been some people have really stepped up to the plate with this challenge. They've gone out of their way to ask people that they're scared to ask to interview. So I've seen some awesome dual live videos, some really funny stuff with taste testing and things like that. So it's just been an awesome challenge. So good luck for your last day, a couple of days for those in the video challenge. And just to let you all know that I will be announcing the top 15 of this video challenge, as long as all goes according to plan with the auditing. My first video next week. So make sure you turn up, especially those of you that are in the challenge. Even if you're not in the top 15, I may have a little something for you. So make sure you turn up for that first video next week, okay? And just remember, all of you, some of you might be watching from the group now, but those of you watching from my group business page, make sure you are in my free group for the Acts of Kindness movement that's starting on the 14th of September, so starting next week. So go to Unit 10 in the free group and read up about that, share it with your friends, and get into the running for some cool prizes, including, $100 Amazon voucher, $50 Amazon voucher, free lifetime membership into my coaching community, like thousands and thousands of dollars worth of practical training you could win for doing something nice for somebody. So from the 14th of September to the 30th of September, we are doing acts of kindness to, people or strangers. We're running that out of the free group. Go to Unit 10 in that group to find out all the details and get yourself in the running for some great prizes just for being nice to somebody. Okay. And just last reminder, I will be live tomorrow, an hour and a half earlier than normal, because I'm hosting a webinar tomorrow. So just keep that on your radar, that I will be live an hour and a half earlier than normal tomorrow. Okay. So let's just say a few quick hellos before we get into the content. Mike, that first line describes me. You're at war with yourself, are you? Oh, looks like Gloria is too. So I'm sure there's a lot of you that can relate, that you have this inner battle with yourself, and you often, your mind plays games on you and talks you out of things, talks you into things, is fearful. So we often play this inner war game with ourselves. So there's a particular way I want you to think about it, which I'm going to explain to you on today's live. Okay. Forward. Oh yeah. It's hard to go off the financial lifeline of a healthcare job, even with the freedom restrictions that come with that. Couldn't quite follow what you were saying there, Ford. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Great to see you here. So Crystal's at war with herself as well. Need to hear it today. Hello, Beth. How are you? I've had so much chaos in our home, plus dealing with some really thick smoke there, not only in Utah, but we are catching the smoke from other states like California and Colorado. Really hard to breathe. Yeah, I've heard you mention that a few times. It's obviously not an easy time at the moment, but just get through it the best way you can, Crystal, as you know how. Hi, Christine. How are you? Always at battle with myself. Hey, Janet. So it sounds like a common problem. 1 year of advertising and not one in my downline. Oh, ouch. Okay, you might want to reconsider things there, Laurie. Good morning, Patricia. Anyone that appears like that, it means you're watching from the group, not my page, and you just need to click the StreamYard link above streamyard.com/Facebook. And some people are dropping off. So even if you've been here before, some people are dropping off StreamYard. I should have actually introduced myself, but I don't believe I have at the moment. If there's anyone new here, please make yourself known to our awesome community here. My name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. So that just means I'm at service to our amazing online crew community here. We're entrepreneurs and home-based business owners learning to navigate this weird, wonderful world of social media and using modern online strategies to build our business, including myself. I'm in the industry. I have my own e-commerce business in health and wellness. I am building and doing everything that I bring to you guys. So I'm in the trenches, the same as you are, navigating this weird, wonderful world of the online world and growing a team. So I know what you're going through. And it's just amazing, but it has a lot of challenges. There's no hiding that. Anybody that says this industry is easy, they're lying to you. Hi, Mel. How are you? Own worst enemy. Hi, Hero. How are you? Yes, that is the name. Kerwin Ray is the guy that I'm referring to. Hi, Megan. Love him. Absolutely. Hey, Rick. How are you? Gorgeous spring day in Newcastle. Turkeys hatched yesterday. Spring has sprung. Good to hear, Rick. Good to see you here, Mike. So a few people looks like they've dropped off StreamYard. Challenge has been awesome. It's gone so fast. Hi, Faye. How are you? You're almost done with the challenge. Hi, Olive. I did a triple live today for the Jewel Live, and I asked one of the guests who she admired. She said myself, because that's where it begins, with yourself. Self-love is so important if we want to help others. It was great. What a great thing to say. That's awesome. Hi, Diane. Lovely to see you on. Hi, Emma. Great to see you here. Okay, so let's get on to the content. Okay, so when you look into the future, think about this for yourself, guys. When you look into the future, what do you see? So some of you immediately would have gone to sort of something that you see. Some of you would have drawn a bit of a blank. Some of you will be crystal clear, and some of you will be a bit muddled with that. So there's the first thing. When you look into the future, what do you see? Do you actually even have a vision for yourself? Do you know what you're striving for? Do you know what rank you want in your company? Do you know how much money you want in your bank account? Have you actually got that thought out and you've got this vision for the future? So some people will, which is awesome. Why that's awesome is that when you are really clear about that, you see it, you feel it, you want it, you desire it, you know you're working towards it, and you know what it is, the universe will conspire to make it happen for you. So things shift in the universe. They really do, guys. I know some of you might think, oh, this is woo-woo. But when you've got a vision of something that you really want to achieve and you do actually feel it with all your intention, so it's just not, oh, yeah, I want that, and it's really empty. Like it's actually something you feel for yourself and you know for yourself that you really, really want, then the universe will help you achieve that, okay? So one, do you even see that? Or are you just flying by the seat of your pants every day, not really thinking about what your goal is at the end? So you've got to have the goal to help the universe get you there, okay? So here's the gap though. Here's you, and those of you that have thought about this, here's where you want to go. So you know what that is. You know what rank that is. If you're in this industry, you know how many people you want in your team, maybe what kind of dollars that you're bringing in, all that kind of stuff. So where's the gap? You're here, your dreams and goals, whatever they are, whatever industry, whatever you want, okay? That's here. So we've got this massive gap. What's in the gap? What's in the gap is lack. Lack of skill, lack of knowledge, and lack of experience. You need to learn new skills, yes, to get from here to here. You need to learn new knowledge to get from here to here, and you need a lot more experience to get from here to here. It's just all part of the journey, isn't it? So there's a lack. There's things that you lack, and you need to go and learn and experience the lack. So what happens when we experience this lack? Sometimes shitty things happen. Sometimes bad things happen. Failure happens. Things don't go well. People you interact with don't go well. You'll come across people in your life that serve you and are put in front of you for some strange reason. It's like, how did this person pop up in my newsfeed? How did I get introduced to this person? But that some of you, that will be amazing. And that's the universe guiding you to where you want to go. Things happen for a reason, but there'll also be other things that you try and they don't work. You speak to somebody and the conversation goes bad. You'll have experiences along the way, but you've got to think big. So let me explain this. What happens in our lack? We get beaten down and we go to war with ourselves in the lack. So something happens and it may not be a positive experience, and that has a negative effect on you. It stops you from doing certain things. It stops you from talking to people. It stops you from communicating with people. It stops you in your tracks because it's not a positive thing. So you're stuck in the moment. Guess what you need to get to where you want to go? You need a lot of moments that are failures to get to where you want to go. You need the lessons in the knowledge, the experience. Now, for you to think that every experience in this industry is going to be a good experience, would that be realistic? You know it's not realistic. So knowing that there are going to be experiences that are not all positive, there are people that are going to beat you down. There are going to be people that don't agree with the journey that you're on. There are going to be people, loved ones around you that don't support the journey that you're on. There are going to be many different experiences that are not positive ones. But this is the lack. This is what makes up the knowledge, the skills, and the experience to get where you want to go. So somehow, in the midst of all of that, you have to not concentrate on the actual challenging moments and think bigger picture, because you need the challenges, you need the failures to get to where you want to go. And the more you resist it, the more you resist failure, the more you resist the lessons that you need to learn, the more you resist getting kicked in the butt because you've got a mentor that just wants the best for you, but you're not listening. You need to get kicked in the butt. You need the lessons, you need the failures to get where you want to go. So where you go to war with yourself is you go to water, or we all go to water. We stop ourselves doing things. We stop challenging ourselves when we're in the moments. But you need all these challenging moments, and you need all these failures, and you need all the kick up the bums in the lack to give you the skills, the lessons, the experience, everything you need, because the universe is guiding you there. If you put it out there, this is where I want to go. So in that moment, if you can just suck it up and go, what am I learning here? What's the lesson I'm learning here? Rather than, this is not working, that's not working, my upline's not supporting me, someone's not doing this or that and whatever. Just get rid of that way of thinking. And if you can think just these few little words, what am I learning here? What's the lesson in this? What's the lesson in this for where I want to go, rather than beating yourself up, stopping yourself from doing things, like really being in that moment and letting that then change the course of the future. You need all that to get there. The universe is going to put things in front of you to make it happen for you. But if you go to war with yourself on that journey, you're not going to get there. So we have to see things is, okay, this is crap at the moment. I'm not having a fun time. Things are not good for me. I'm not getting the results that I want. What am I learning from this? I don't have enough skills. I don't have enough confidence. I'm shying away from doing the things I know I need to do because I've got a huge lack of self-esteem and confidence. Okay, what do you need to go and learn? What do you need to go and concentrate on? These are the lessons to get you where you want to go. And if you absorb and embrace all the lessons, the universe will help you get you to where you want to go. But if you resist it, if you resist the failures by not doing things, if you resist the lessons that you need to learn, if you resist getting hurt, if you resist getting told off, if you resist all those things in the moment, you're going to be at war at yourself for your future. Does this make sense, guys? And I want to share with you how Kerwin put this. There is a bag with $10 million in it. Okay? There's a bag with $10 million in it. But it's covered in shit. Not my story, his story. It's covered in shit. So you can't see it because of what it's covered by. That's covered by experiences, lessons, heartache, failures. It's just like, this is not what I signed up for. But when you push through it and you embrace all of that, you get to where you want to go. But if you're at war at yourself and not embracing the bad stuff and not seeing things as lessons rather than I'm not good enough or I'm a failure, you're not a failure. You've just got more lessons to learn. The people that are more successful at you have probably just failed more than you. They've probably got a thicker skin than you. They've probably got more confidence than you. But they've pushed through the war with themselves because their vision is bigger than their fear. Okay, so what you want could be closer to you than you think. It could be that bag covered by the pile of shit. But unless you're willing to push through the shit, you'll never get to the bag. Sorry for my language, guys. This is Kerwin's example, not mine. But I think it's a really valid thing to have a think about. It's not going to change your world overnight. But what we tend to do is concentrate in the moment and go to war with our own head about how we haven't done something the right way. I'm too scared to send a message for saying the wrong thing. I'm too scared to answer this person because of whatever. What do I do now? You know, you hold yourself back over and over and over again because you're scared. Who cares? What's the lesson in it? Okay, I need to learn how to talk more. I need to learn how to communicate more. This is my lesson. I don't know what I'm doing here. I need to ask my mentor more questions to get some clarity about what I need rather than sitting here in my own war and not taking the action I need because I'm too scared of the failure, supposedly. You need the failures. You need the things to not go well to then end up going well. It's all part of the journey. So have faith in knowing when you are clear about your vision, your dream, your rank, the money in your bank account, your family, your relationships, whatever it is, the universe will conspire to help you make that happen. But guess who gets themselves in the way to make it happen? You and what's going on here. And you go to war with yourself regarding all these things that happen along the way, but they're only lessons. They're not failures. Nobody cares about your world as much as you think they do. People don't care about your business as much as you think they do. Stop worrying about what other people think. Give a crap about the family that don't support you. Go and find a community of people that do. They're all lessons in character building, in confidence building to get you where you want to go. So when you find yourself in those moments of at war with yourself, basically, think longer term, think about that vision and say to yourself, few little words, what's the lesson here? What's the lesson here? What am I learning here? Because the gap, remember the gap between where you are and where you want to go is the lack of knowledge, lack of lessons, lack of skill, lack of expertise, lack of confidence, lack of mentorship. You know, what is it? What are you lacking? And don't take those individual moments as an excuse to go to war with yourself that you've now left your vision behind. The universe is no longer working for you when you're at war with yourself. So it's your job here to overcome that and go, what's the lesson I need to learn from this? What's the lack I need to fill? Okay, that didn't work out. So that didn't work out. I've now learned how to do it better the next time because it didn't work out this time. But don't be afraid to fail. The people that achieve their dreams and vision and stuff like that, they've just failed a hell of a lot more than you have because you're probably at war at yourself, not letting yourself fail because you're too scared to. So it's about being braver and holding on to that vision. I'm in for a bumpy ride and I know it. And I know that it's impossible to do everything correctly. Have you ever has any of you watching or on the replay had the smoothest possible life and nothing has ever gone wrong? Anybody that says that is they're living a dream. There's always going to be things that go wrong, but you don't need to let them crush you, crush your confidence. It's like, what do I need to learn from this? And you move on and you still got your vision in sight. I don't care what kind of bumpy ride. I mean, like this is going to be the ride. You guys know that. No one ever gets up there smooth sailing. That's just impossible. So try not to get caught up in the moments and always remember what it is that you're trying to achieve and tell yourself, what's the lesson I need to learn here? Where's my gap? And when you think about it more logically and analyze it and evaluate it externally, you don't get caught up in your own crappy emotions. Because that's what's really bad is when you get caught up in the sadness, the victim, the I'm not good enough, I'm this, I'm that, and whatever, and you go into this emotional turmoil that just stops you in your tracks. So it's about getting out of that emotion and evaluating what's the lesson here? What am I learning? What do I need out of this? Because it's just another lesson to get you where you want to go, okay? Okay, so let's have a look at a couple of your comments here. My vision is to be at the top of my company in 4 years with a beautiful team of people, and we're starting a positive movement. We plan to build our dream home, help others, and I can leave a legacy for my children. Beautiful. Keep hanging on to that, Crystal. Don't ever let the universe will help you with that. You just got to take the bumpy ride along the way. I used to beat the hell out of myself when I failed, and now I fail forward. Beautiful words, Cindy, because I'm happy to sit back and evaluate the failure to see what the message is. What is the lesson to learn? Awesome. We also need to invest in ourselves in order to help us achieve our goals and desires. Invest in a mentor and learn skills and do things you are afraid to do, which help us grow. That's where the lessons come in. What do I need to learn here? What you might need to learn is I don't know enough about this stuff. The amount of people that I come across that message me that want some help. Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? They want the help, but they won't even pay less than $30 to get thousands of dollars worth of training in my coaching community. I don't get that mindset, guys. If you can get thousands of worth of training for $30 and go, oh, no, I just give it a go myself. It's like, well, you're not the kind of person that I want to work with. Like, that's nothing. Like, you have to invest in yourself. If you knew all the skills, you'd already be successful and you wouldn't be reaching out for help. It's just the way it is. You have to invest to, you have to invest to, what's the saying? You have to spend some to make some, whatever that saying is. You can't see my profile when I send a text and don't know how to correct it. So how you correct that is you just click on the link up above in the group. All it says is streamyard.com/Facebook. It's at the very bottom of the description in the group of my video. You just click on that link and that's how you correct it. Great words of wisdom. This rings true. I've always tried to see the lesson in negative experience, but this is a great reminder. Wow, Truth Bomb. Hey, Sarah. Tina, you need to click the StreamYard link. Oh, so it must be Tina. I still have fear, Helen. We always will, Cindy, but I want to be willing to get to the bag, get through the bag of shit. Absolutely. None of you are ever going to wake up one morning and never have fear. You're always going to have fear. Cindy's always going to have fear. I still have fear. I still, stop myself from doing things, and then I have to reevaluate. No, you need to push through this. You need to do this. And it's when you do that, it gives you the best rewards, but you've got to be willing to fight through that fear. You guys know that. You absolutely know that. My old upline was humiliated in the NHL. He was kicked out of the team. So he built a massive biz to show his former teammates that he is worthy. So success can be the best revenge, I guess. We also have to learn to accept that people we want to support us may not. Exactly. And that's okay. It certainly is. We don't need to prove anything to everyone. Just keep going through our journey and trust the process. We are doing this for ourselves, not to prove anything. And just remember, guys, where this comes from is the society. Society doesn't bring people up with this business model. Society brings kids up in school, and they have conversations in school. What do you want to be when you grow up? That's where it all starts. And people that are put on, the pedestal are, the fireman, the doctor, the lawyer, the engineer, or taking over the parent's business or whatever. That's what society brings up people as the normal. So supposedly we're not all normal, guys, because we've sought something else. We want more out of life. And not everyone will come on the ride with us because it's not the way they were brought up. It's not what their parents did. It's not what their parents' parents did. It's not what their teachers taught them in school. It's not what university teaches people. People don't get taught in school to grow up being an entrepreneur, grow up being, a direct seller, a network marketer, a online marketer, a digital network marketer. It's not talked about in school. So it's not the norm. And a lot of people won't support that because it's just not the norm. It's just not what they've been brought up with. It doesn't make it right or wrong, but just be tough enough to go, well, I've chosen a different path. It doesn't make it wrong. It just means I don't want to follow what society does. It doesn't make what people do. Like I'm not bashing traditional employment. We've all had traditional employment over the years. Very, very grateful for it. It's an absolute necessity in the world. But just because you choose a different path doesn't mean everyone's going to agree with you. And that's absolutely okay. Okay? Diane, I look for the lesson, but also look for the silver lining of what was good. And that's important, Diane. I am a big believer, not sure about you guys, that things happen for a reason. So when things bad happen, I do try to sort of think about it. What was the reason that this happened? What is this? Not only the lesson, but they say when one door closes, another one opens. Like, what opportunity has this provided me with? So I always try to think that way, as well. Hero, evaluate and take action. I'm taking more actions now because of my struggles with building my business. I never thought I would take things like doing live video publicly, but things showed up and pushed me to do it. I agree with you. Things show up for a reason. So thanks for your comments and your thoughts there, guys. I'll leave it there. I've talked long enough, but what I want you to just try to break down from all of this is saying to yourself, rather than beating yourself up and sending yourself in that spin of being at war with yourself, is try to change your thinking in what's the lesson here? What's the silver lining in this? What can I take from this? Or what's my gap? What don't I know? What do I need to go and learn? Who do I need to go and ask? What am I unhappy about that I can change? Because you're in the driver's seat, guys. Nobody else. I can't make you successful. No one else can make you successful. Your biggest challenge in your life is going to be you. It's not your business. It's not your relationships. It's not the people around you. It's not the money you're going to make. It's you and what's going on in here. So make sure you take control of that. If you're having a war in your head, you're the only one that can stop the war. So take control of those thoughts and always try to bring yourself back to your bigger vision, because the universe will help you get there, but you've got to play this game up here and take control back and give a crap about what anybody else thinks about the business that you are in or what you're doing, because there are plenty of people out there that will join you in your business, will celebrate you. This is an amazing industry to be in, but not everyone captures the vision, and that's okay. Just go and find the people that do, okay? So thank you for joining me, guys. I hope this is thought-provoking in some way, in just, the way that you think, because that's what it all comes down to. Just remember, tomorrow I will be an hour and a half earlier live than I normally am. And those of you that are finishing off the challenge, finish off with a bang, okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.